What's going on, guys? This is the aftermarket console. It's installed. It's good to go. Everything seems to be working. It fits pretty nice. It's kind of tight. I think it's just because there's a lot of wires to it. I even left some out that I'm not using. But I also have a lot of wires back there ready from installed LEDs, and I have a inline out converter, whatever you call it, for subwoofers. Try to show you the sides. If you can see, I can stick my fingernail in there just barely. But it doesn't look bad. I'm sure none of your passengers are going to come to your car and look at it and dissect it. It fits tight along here. The shift console fits in good. I have a little more room on this side, but that's my side. I'm never going to look at it. You have to really tilt your head to look at it once you're sitting in there. So it doesn't matter too much to me. Press the power button to put it on, just like in the Mazda radio. It takes a second. And then there's the Mazda logo. Up here it did say Mazda 6, but you missed it. Oh, I missed it, showing you. It went right to DVD because that's what I had it in last. I tricked mine. There's a pink ground wire with a label on it that says brake. It's meant to go to the e-brake, so this way the only time it loads is when you pull it up. And it's a safety law. You're not supposed to be watching TV, obviously, while you're driving, but I tricked it out so passengers can at least watch DVDs while I'm driving. It's the main menu. Touch to play. You can go through screens just by touching it. Also pretty cool, I don't think I ever mentioned this, comes with the remote. So if you're so lazy as to not stick your hand out and touch the screen, you could just hold the remote in your hand and use that. This is the DVD. To get back to the main menu, you press the menu button. Genius, right? This is the navigator. I'll show you that real quick. Takes a second to load up. Works pretty good. It found me at my house, in my driveway. I set a route to a family's house about a mile away, and it planned a route for me. It looked like it was a good route. That's how I usually go to the house. The main screen, navigation, find address, find points of interest, history. I actually never went into history, so we'll try that. Okay, that was the planned route from the other day. My arrow is actually should be. Oh yeah, no, it's actually even facing the right way. The arrow. That's pretty genius. This is the planned route from the other day, which is good. It takes 4 minutes to get there, probably even a little less. Press the menu button to go back. Find points of interest. You have your map. You have your settings here in the middle. Language, voice, all that stuff. Go back. Make sure you hit exit if you're not going to use the GPS if you started it out, because like any GPS, it's going to keep going and tell you you're going the wrong way if you keep driving, even if the radio's playing. It'll just mute the radio, and a scary guy from the navigation will tell you you're going the wrong way. So exit out of that. Are you sure you want to exit? Yes. Okay, back to your main menu. Have DVD. I showed you that already. Bluetooth. I'm using my phone to record this, so I can't make a call and show you it works, but trust me, it works. I don't know if any of you had the audio link adapter or had another Bluetooth set up in your car, but it runs off this microphone, which I ran up and through. This is it here, I don't know if you can see it. Crappy video, but that's the microphone. I just have it double-sided taped to the side of my console. And then you can actually use this to end the call. If your phone's sitting over in the back seat for some reason, you can use this, or to make a call. Dial pad. It sounds good. It plays through your front 2 speakers. I only made one test call. The person said I sounded fine on the other end, on their end, so that's good. Decent quality, at least. Microphone. Radio, that's a big one. You get 4 FM stations, 1, 2, 3, 4, and get your AM. You can actually name the stations. See, this one says Power 105, this one says PLJ. I had named all 6 of them. They change. Why do they change? I don't know. I think this tries to use station ID. If the radio station sends out an ID over the airwaves of what the song is, it tries to read it, and I guess it gets hung up on it. Like it says the all here. That used to say Z100. and this used to be RXP, and it's Soundgarden, I guess, was the group. So I don't know why I get stuck. I don't really know. I'll put it on, I don't know if it'll change. But you know, it doesn't really matter. If you know what your presets are, then you're fine. Have your scan. To get to your iPod, you go to Menu. I'll try that again. To get to your iPod, you go to Menu. There you go. You have Movie. Actually, I didn't try that. I'm not sure what Movie is. Oh, Video. Okay, I'll get back to that. Menu, iPod. iPod will play. I did disconnect mine. I also ran it up here. It's the standard Apple iPod connector, 17 pin, whatever it is. I have a brand new iPod Nano. It's the one with the new touchscreen on it. Great hardware, but it doesn't play, you can't control it through this. You see it says iPod not connected, even up here, iPod not connected. Even when my iPod is connected, it still says that. It's probably a hardware issue and a date issue. Like, for instance, I had the AudioLink adapter. I got one from the RPM store probably like 3 years ago. When I got this new Nano, and when other people tried to put their newer iPods on it, play through it, it wouldn't play. And RPM told me that AudioLink only guarantees it plays iPods of when the AudioLink was made and backwards. So if the AudioLink was made in 2009, it wouldn't play a 2010 iPod, it would only play 2009 and older. Which sucks, but that's the way it is. So I'm hoping that's what the issue is with this stereo system. That maybe because this was made in 2010 or 2009, whenever this was made, and it doesn't play new iPods. I don't have an old one to check. My friend had an iPhone yesterday. I tried it. It still does the same thing. It plays, but you have to control it through the iPod. You can't control it through the stereo. And the steering wheel controls don't control it either, which the AudioLink used to. By the way, for the radio, the steering wheel's controls still work. Volume works no matter what screen you're in. These go up and down through your presets. Mode switches to what media type you listen to, radio or music somewhere else or whatever. And then mute, obviously, basic. Back to the main menu. Go to Menu here again. What's pretty cool, you can check all the files on the SD card. I didn't go through the buttons. I'll go through the buttons real quick. This is your eject button for CDs, DVDs, obviously. Window defrost button. Air circulation inside, outside. AC on and off. AC on, AC off. On this side you have the hazards. The hazards do work. I was told they weren't gonna. They do. Menu that I've been pressing. Navigation is a shortcut to go right to navigation. And SD actually isn't a button, but it's where a micro SD card is kept. I don't think you can see it in there, but it's in there. Trust me, you see a little slot. It's a micro SD card. It came with a 4 gig. A little over 2 gigs are taken up by the navigation software. So if you want to put a bunch of music on there, which is what I plan on doing, I just bought a 16 gig off of eBay. So this way I could have all my music on there and probably skip my iPod. Because what you can do is, like I showed you, we went to the menu and then files. You can view everything on the SD card. Like, for instance, I put photos on there. You have, I don't know what local means. I guess it has its own hard drive in this USB. This console does have USB plugs, but I put it on the SD card. It takes a second to load up. These are the stock folders. Backup, it says, in IGO8. That's the navigation, I guess. I made a music folder just to see if it would read it. And then these are 3 pictures I put on. My Camaro, which you can see on the forum if you really want to. Seems like it takes a second to load it. But there it is. That's pretty cool, you know, to have that on your dash. I wonder if you could have music playing while that's up there as like a little screensaver. That'd be pretty cool. But anyway, back to menu. Music. This is just 4 songs I put on the SD card, and it's playing. So it's like a removable hard drive, obviously, for it. So that's pretty cool. If you have iPods, you could probably bypass the whole iPod thing, because I hate iTunes and syncing and all that crap. I'm anti-Apple, but I still have an iPod. So this thing works really cool. The passenger airbag on-off, the AC vents, and the heat controls. Those are things you have to take off your factory stereo. And also there's a harness that you have to take off your factory stereo in order for the AC controls and for the hazards to work. I didn't know that. I had it hooked up. I was freaking out for a little while. But I made a video showing on the factory radio where that harness came from. Unfortunately, I took it off already and installed it, and I didn't feel like taking it out again, so you'll just have to live with my video of it, where it was. I think I covered everything. Sorry if I was talking fast or covered too much at one time. If you have any questions, you can give me a don't give me a call. You can write me a PM or an email, and I'll be happy to help you. Another thing here, AV-TV, you can have an optional TV tuner attached to this. You can also have an optional backup camera, and you can wire it up so you can, every time the car goes into reverse, the screen will switch right to the backup camera. No matter what media you're listening to or watching, it'll go right to the backup. So that's pretty cool. It's a good unit. I think it's around $549 brand new. Is it worth $549? I don't know. I got it for, including shipping, less than half price of what it would cost to get it shipped brand new. So it was worth it for me. If you have $549, $600 that you want to spend on it, and you really want a 7-inch touchscreen and it to fit factory, then yeah, I would suggest it. Otherwise, stick with the factory radio. They look nice, but that's a good unit. I don't know how the tech support is. The company is from China, and I emailed them the other day, and I didn't hear anything back yet. It's been a full 24 hours. So if you have any problems, I don't know how they'll be able to help you, but I do give it 2 thumbs up. I like it. I look forward to using it, and I hope you guys found this educational. Alright, see you later.